Hello, I'm Elizabeth Hackford, I'm the Law of Attraction Lady, and today I've got 3 fantastic tips on how to make your affirmations much better than they already are. Affirmations are literally just statements in the present tense saying things as if your dream has already been realised. For example, I am so happy and grateful because I live in this mansion. I'm so happy and grateful because I'm in the job of my dreams. So one of the problems with affirmations is that people stand in front of the mirror and they say, I am rich, I'm a millionaire, I have a mansion, but they don't actually get into the feeling of that dream realized. So they're just putting out these cardboard statements that are actually meaningless to the universe. The universe, or the divine matrix, or infinite intelligence, is listening to our emotions and feelings. So if we're saying I am rich, but our fundamental feeling is one of poverty, well, the universe is not going to deliver riches to us. They're going to match the vibration of poverty, and we're going to see more scarcity and lack around us. So what you have to do with your affirmation, and this is step 1, is properly get into the feeling of what it is you're saying. So when you say, I am rich, you have to get into that feeling. Imagine you're in a 5-star hotel. Imagine you're in the swimming pool at your house. Imagine you're on that luxurious holiday or at the desk in your dream job. You have to actually get there in your mind, in your imagination, and ignore the reality and generate the feeling from within that you really are there. So that's the first tip, is properly get into the feeling, embrace the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now, step 2 to help you with your affirmations, to help you get into the feeling, is actually listening to music. And the reason why is music is incredibly evocative. So listen to something really exciting and uplifting. It doesn't have to be pop music, doesn't have to be trance music, it can be classical music, but choose a piece that you really love, that has a high vibration for you, and listen to it every time you say those affirmations. And maybe ring fence that piece of music to just use when you're saying your affirmations or when you want to trigger the feeling of your dream already realized. And this is how it works, because music is so evocative. If you drown yourself in Beethoven's 7th whilst you're saying your affirmations, then whenever you hear Beethoven's 7th, that's going to take you straight to that vibration that you achieved by getting into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. But keep using the same music for a specific goal. So whenever you hear that music, or if your vibration is feeling a bit low, just switch on that music, listen to it for a bit, and that will take you back into the vibration of that dream already realized. And the third tip, I think, will be a brand new tip that you've not heard before. I've talked about music being evocative, but something that is even more evocative than music is smell. So look at these beautiful flowers behind me. For example, those roses smell gorgeous today. I wish I could share the smell with you on camera, but I can't. Now, I found that when I was saying affirmations, I would take a specific kind of perfume. At one point, I was really enjoying a fragrance by Tom Ford that a friend had given to me. And what I did is I would put a little bit of this fragrance on a handkerchief and I put it away in a little box. And every time I said my affirmations, I opened this box and waved the handkerchief and got a waft of that perfume. And so what happened is, because I started to subconsciously associate that fragrance with my affirmations and with my dream realized, because I was getting into the feeling whilst I said my affirmations, anytime I went and opened that box and just got a slight waft of that fragrance, it would take me into the feeling of that dream fulfilled. And it's quite interesting using different perfumes. Not the perfume that you wear all day. Use a specific chosen one for a specific affirmation. And if you're a guy, of course, you can do this with aftershave. Just a specific fragrance that you only use for that dream you're trying to manifest when you say your affirmations. And what's really amazing is you might be out in the town one day wandering around and you brush past somebody who's actually wearing that fragrance that day. And it's amazing because it will give you a sudden rush of energy, and that evocative smell will bring it up from your subconscious, and you'll suddenly feel charged in the feeling and realization of your dream manifested. So it's a very effective way of saying affirmations. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and also comment down below if there's a specific tip that you're going to try next time you say your affirmations. And click here to watch a video on how to reprogram your subconscious, and click here to watch another video on my channel.